movement is pro-life. We want everybody to be completely pro-life and to be against abortion in all cases.
Is your organization itself fighting for a national abortion ban, or focusing more on going state by state, or all of the above?
All of the above. So any measure that would ban abortion, either nationally, statewide level, that's what we're for, because we want to support anything that will stop this killing in this country.
Well, thank you for being out here in the frigid temperature, celebrating Inauguration Day, and also your freedom of speech.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. And that's what our country's all about, Megan. It's coming out here and peacefully and patriotically sharing your feelings as an American citizen, especially that right to life. And it's enshrined in our founding documents, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, written by Thomas Jefferson, allowing God to pour through his hand and his mind as he wrote down those immortal words that we've lived by for nearly 250 years now, an unbroken chain of 47 or 45 men, but 47 presidents who have really sought to serve the country, really with the exception of a handful, including the one that is leaving today, a man really driven by a bloated bureaucracy, driven by a deep state, 50 years entrenched in Washington, and President Trump showing his fortitude in this last decade, being a citizen servant, being a great businessman, using those skills to get to 1600 Pennsylvania to make a difference for the American people.
That's exactly right. And I'd like to point out this sign over here, if you'd follow me. Can we show your sign on TV? Okay. So the Democrats like to say that this is not a real human life, and you could see the baby's organs are forming, their brain, their eyes, their fingers. When the Democrats find one cell on Mars, they're saying that's life. We found life on Mars. And then they try to say that this is not a human life. That's absolute hypocrisy. That makes no sense. These are human babies that are formed in the womb. These babies are alive. And the Democrats want to basically dehumanize these babies by calling them fetuses, saying that they're not living until they're born. And they have turned to extremely radical left abortion bills, where basically you can perform an abortion all the way up until birth, and sometimes even after birth. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. I had to point out that hypocrisy right there, because the Democrats have taken it way too far. And the way they do things is they start in one place and then they say, oh, it's just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more. So that's how they ended up with their abortion up until birth policies, and then sometimes even after birth policies. So they truly are pro-death. It's not pro-choice, it's pro-death. So I had to point that picture out because, like I said, the Democrats want to say if they found one cell on Mars, that's life. And they're trying to say that's not a human life.
Well, an excellent point. And we have Rebecca over here who came and said hello. She's out here with her brother. We're trying to find her brother. So,
hey, Rebecca.
Sir, if you're watching, your sister Rebecca is here at 10 and G. And you're braving the cold and out here to see President Trump. What are you most excited about with the inaugural ceremonies today? And what are you most excited about with the 200 plus executive orders he has announced that will be happening, my goodness, in about an hour and a half or so?
Well, yesterday we were in line at about noon o'clock. You know, everyone started saying, one more day, one more day. So we're very excited for him to get into office. And he's always been true to his word. And so the whole nation saw that, and that's why they voted. But we're excited to see justice brought back in the land. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Accountability. We're excited to see just righteousness kind of brought back into the land. You know, we are founded on a nation that serves the Lord, and we still are people that serve the Lord. So it's exciting to see people line up and create laws and legislation, but also just to have to do what's right and to like love one another. So.
You know what struck me with this morning, and actually yesterday too, it's much colder today than it was yesterday. Walking through the press areas, we had to go down 6 and H. I went into the stadium this morning in Capital One, and I was commenting, Secret Service was commenting that everyone is in such good spirits. Some people have been out here since 11:30 last night. waiting to see President Trump and the parade that will take place on the inside of the arena. How long have you been out here today?
So yesterday we came out about 5 a.m. And we actually didn't get in, and then last minute we did. So it was like such a victory moment. And we're here again today. I mean, we're going to be here as long as we could possibly be here. But it is victory. I mean, people have said that they've been waiting since November. We've been waiting for 4 years, 8 years, so I mean, everyone's super excited about this.
And President Trump pledging that the J6 prisoners will be their sentences commutated or pardoned later today. So freedom for those who did not have a speedy trial, which is guaranteed in our Bill of Rights, the Sixth Amendment.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've been praying a lot for people, and just, that things get realigned right. Justice brought, and anything that's been kind of crooked or confusing that's not been true, that gets realigned.
Natural order and natural law coming back into play as President Trump truly is the people's president for this moment. Rebecca, have a wonderful time in D.C. And thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to find the viewers, and thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of our content. We deeply appreciate it. Absolutely. God bless you. Definitely. Take care. Megan has someone to speak with as well.
Hi there. We have a beauty queen who'd like to say something to our RSBN viewers. So where are you from and what's your name?
I'm from Yuma, Arizona. My name's Isabel Nichols.
Wow, you came pretty far over here to Washington, D.C. for this event. So tell us about your support for President Trump and what you'd like to see today.
I'm just super excited to see what's to come. His first term was really great, and I'm excited with all the promises he's made this past campaign of his, and I think we're all have a sense of hope for our country. It's been a very scary 4 years, especially the last two. So I'm excited for a sense of hope and be able to buy a house one day.
That's right. All of us young people want to live the American dream like our parents and grandparents and great-parents got to. So, of course, it's getting increasingly harder and harder to do so because of this Bidenomics. The economy is shot because of the Democrat policies. But President Trump's going to fix that. We're going to drill, baby, drill, and bring down inflation. That's first and foremost. And then, of course, the economy is going to be booming. I mean, the stock market's already roaring because of President Trump getting elected. So it's going to be exciting. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the RSBN viewers today?
When it comes to illegal immigration, I'm so excited for it to stop because my grandparents came over from Mexico, and it's not fair to them for everything that they've done. They had work visas, work in the fields. It's not fair to them to be able to sit there and watch people come in. I live right on the border, so we saw it from day one, and it's a real thing, and people need to stop it. It needs to be done. Yeah.
Right. So you get to see it firsthand because you said you live right on the border and your parents and grandparents came from Mexico the legal way, and it was a lot of work and had to take their citizenship test, which I'm sure they had to study for. So there's a lot that goes into this, and going through the legal process, it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. And then you see these other people just running over and getting everything handed to them. I would be also very upset by that. So I can see why that makes a lot of sense to you and your family. So thanks for sharing that. And is there anything else you'd like to say to President Trump, because he actually watches us a lot?
Well, I'm super excited. We're praying for you all the time. Rosary's going your way. But you're always in our hearts. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and enjoy. Have fun today. She's heading into the arena. It's going to be a wonderful day here in America.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And your name was?
Megan.
Megan, nice to meet you.
With RSBN, so check it out.
Yes, I will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just noticed a t-shirt that says, "Truth really upsets many people." So Trump. and in some cases, that's true for, the far left or those who have opposed common sense principles, those 20 promises President Trump made during the campaign, which was adopted by the Republican National Committee at their convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, back in July, a much warmer time. I know you were there enjoying all that wonderful convention had to offer. And really, for the first time in my lifetime, with the Trump effect, it seems as if the Republican Party is that big tent party, very similar to what President Ronald Reagan wanted to create in that movement of the Reagan right. This is now the Trump populist right, the Trump common sense people, Republican and Democrat, coming together to support the MAGA agenda. And we've seen this even with legislators. Senator John Fetterman saying he will support Marco Rubio in a likely vote today to become the next Secretary of State.
Wonderful. And I would just love to point out how we just spoke with a young lady whose family came from Mexico the legal way. They went through our immigration process with the proper steps, and it's not easy. It's a lot of work, but it's obviously worth it to become an American citizen. And that goes to show they wanted to come to America the right way. They are filled with American pride to be part of this great country, and then they're looking around at all these other people coming through the Mexican southern border and just getting everything handed to them, and they don't have to go through any of the processes, maybe not even learning English. It's just a mess, and she lives on the border and she sees it with her own eyes. So it's great to hear perspective from someone like that.
Well, and I think about the families like Jocelyn Nungary, Lakin Riley. I watched over the Thanksgiving holiday when Lakin Riley's roommates, really sisters to her, gave their victim impact statements to that. Gotcha. That's cool.